ওয়েলকাম টু মাই ইউটিউব চ্যানেল দ্য আশিস দাস। তো আজ আমি এই ভিডিওটায় ক্লাস 12-এর ইংরেজি প্রজেক্ট কীভাবে লিখতে হবে সেটাই শেয়ার করব। তো বাংলা প্রজেক্ট আমি আপলোড করে দিয়েছি, তো ইংরেজিটা এবার করছি। তো এটা হচ্ছে ফ্রন্ট পেজ। তো আমাদের সাবজেক্ট হচ্ছে চেঞ্জিং দ্য ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড অর টাইম অর সোশ্যাল কনটেক্সট অফ এ প্লে সাবমিটেড বাই নিজের নাম। এবার তো ফ্রন্ট পেজটা যে যা লিখবে, রেজিস্ট্রেশন নাম্বারটা লিখবে, সেকশন সায়েন্স আর্টস না কমার্স সেটা লিখবে, অবশ্যই মার্জিন টানবে, আর কোন বছর ইয়ার ওটা লিখবে। আর এখানটায় নিজের স্কুলের অ্যাড্রেস, যেমন আমারটা শিবতে মহল্লা, এসআর ইন্টারন্যাশনাল, বারডোয়ান ইস্ট। তো ফ্রন্ট পেজের পর যেটা দেওয়া হয় সেটা হচ্ছে অ্যাকনোলেজমেন্ট the project changing the background or time or social context etc of a play The Rising of the Moon has provided me with an example scope of learning through collaborative activities. I consider myself fortunate enough to have worked under Mr. Subhendu Nag, whose support made my project based learning very enjoyable. I am grateful to him. Mr. Utpal Doli has rendered important suggestions for the improvement of the project work. I cannot help acknowledging his contribution with gratitude. I would like to thank Mr. Kailash Das for his precious suggestions, which were very conducive to the accomplishment of the project work. And I am also grateful to my friends and my parents who have helped me to complete the project. আর এখানটায় সিগনেচার অফ দ্য স্টুডেন্ট, এটা একসাথে লেখার চেষ্টা করবে। এখানটা আমার ধরেনি বলে নিচে লিখলাম, এটা একটা ভুল হয়েছে। সিগনেচার অফ দ্য, এখানটায় স্টুডেন্ট দিয়ে নিজের সিগনেচার। তো এবার প্রজেক্টে যখন এখানে মেন টপিকটা শুরু করবে, তো উপরে ব্ল্যাক কালিতে লিখবে, কালো কালিতে চেঞ্জিং দ্য ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড স্ল্যাশ দেবে টাইম স্ল্যাশ সোশ্যাল কনটেক্সট অফ দ্য প্লে দ্য রাইজিং অফ দ্য মুন, অরিজিনাল টেক্সট লেডি গ্রেগরি। ঠিক আছে, তো অ্যাট ফার্স্ট এটা লিখবে। তো দ্য রাইজিং অফ দ্য মুন এটা হচ্ছে নাটকটা, অরিজিনাল টেক্সট হচ্ছে লেডি গ্রেগরি, তো সেটাকে আমরা চেঞ্জ করব। তারপর লিখবে ক্যারেক্টার্স দিয়ে সার্জিয়েন্ট, পুলিশম্যান এক্স, পুলিশম্যান বি, এ র্যাগড ম্যান, এটা হলো। তারপর স্ক্রিপ্ট, এখানটাতে যেটা লিখবে স্ক্রিপ্টের তলায় সিন এ ফেয়ারি প্ল্যাটফর্ম বাই দ্য রিভার গ্যাঙ্গেস, সাম পোস্ট অ্যান্ড চেঞ্জ, এ লার্জ ব্যারেল, এন্টার থ্রি পুলিশম্যান, না এন্টার থ্রি পুলিশমেন, MEN, ঠিক আছে, এটা যেহেতু প্লুরাল, মুনলাইট। তো এতটা আগে লিখে নাও। ঠিক আছে, সার্জিয়েন্ট হু ইজ ওল্ডার দেন আদার্স ক্রসেস দ্য স্টেজ টু দ্য রাইট অ্যান্ড লুকস ডাউন দ্য স্টেপস, দ্য আদার্স পুট ডাউন এ পেস্টপুট অ্যান্ড আনরোল এ বান্ডেল অফ প্ল্যাকার্ডস। পুলিশম্যান বি, আই থিঙ্ক দিস উড বি এ গুড প্লেস টু পুট আপ এ নোটিস। তারপরে ব্যাকেটে কালো কালিতে লিখবে হি পয়েন্টস টু দ্য ব্যারেল, অর্থাৎ নাটকে এবার কি ঘটছে সেটা পুলিশম্যান বি বলছে না, কিন্তু ওখানে লেখক বলছেন। পুলিশম্যান এক্স, বেটার আক্স হিম, কলস টু সার্জিয়েন্ট, অর্থাৎ এটা কি, এটা লেখক বলছেন যে সার্জিয়েন্টকে ডাকা হইল। উইল দিস বি এ গুড প্লেস ফর এ প্ল্যাকার্ড? নো অ্যান্সার। Sergeant, there's a flight of steps here that leads to the water. This is a place that should be minded well. If he got down here, his friend might have a boat to meet him. They might send it in here from outside. Policeman B, Would the barrel be a good place to put a notice up? Sergeant, it might. You can put it there. They paste the notice. Sergeant, reading it. Dark hair, dark eyes, smooth face, height 5 feet 5. There's not much to take hold of in not. It's a pity I had no chance of seeing him before he broke out of gaol. They say he is a wonder. He তো এই গেল ফার্স্ট পেজটা। এরপর পরের পেজটা দেখছি বাকিটা। তারপর এটা লিখবে যে মেক্স অল দ্য প্ল্যানস ফর দ্য হোল অর্গানাইজেশন ফুল স্টপ। দেয়ার ইজ নট অ্যানাদার ম্যান ইন বেঙ্গল হু উড হ্যাভ ব্রোকেন গেল the way he did. He must have some friends among the gaolers. Policeman B, 10,000 rupees is little enough for the government to offer for him. You may be sure any man in the force that takes him will get promotion. Sergeant I apostrophe double L, mind this place myself. I would not wonder at all if he came this way. He might come slipping along there, points to side of the quay, and his friend might be waiting for him there, points down the steps, and once he got away, it's little chance we apostrophe D have of finding him. It's maybe under a lot of keep. He apostrophe a D P in on ON এটা ঠিক আছে ON a fishing boat and not one to help a married man that makes it to the reward. Policeman X, and if we get him itself nothing but abuse on our heads for it from the people and maybe from our own relation. Sergeant, well, we have to do our duty in the force. Have not we the whole country depending on us to keep law and order? It's those that are down would be up and those that are up would be down if it was not for us. Well, hurry on, you have plenty of other places to placard yet and come back here then to me. You can take lantern, don't be too long now, it's very lonesome here with nothing but the moon. Policeman B, it's a pity we cannot stop with you. The government should have brought more police into the town within gaol and add assize time too. Well, good luck on your watch. They go out. Sergeant ব্যাকেটে কালো কালিতে লিখবে ওয়ার্কস আপ অ্যান্ড ডাউন ওয়ান্স অর টুইস অ্যান্ড লুকস অ্যাট প্ল্যাকার্ড 10,000 rupees of spending in 10,000 rupees. It's pity some honest man not to be the better for that. Bracket a ragged man appears at left and tries to slip past. Sergeant suddenly turns. এরপর দেখো যা লেখা আছে ওটার তোকো, কারণ যদি আমি বলে সবটা এক্সপ্লেন করি অনেকটা বেশি হয়ে যাবে টাইমটা। তো যা লেখা আছে আমি দেখাচ্ছি, এটা লিখে নাও। Sergeant, stop that noise. Man stop his song and shuffles towards the steps. Sergeant, where are you going? Man, sure, you told me to be going and I am going. Sergeant, don't be a fool. I did not tell you to go that way. I told you to go back to the town. Man, back to the town, is it? Sergeant, taking him by the shoulders and shoving him in front. Here I apostrophe double L show you the way. Be off with you. What are you stopping for? Man, who has been keeping his eye on the notice, points to it. I think I know what you are waiting for. Sergeant, what's that to you? Sir, man, and I know well the man you are waiting for. I know him well. I apostrophe double L be going. He shuffles on. Sergeant, you know him. Come back here. What sort is he? Man, come back, is it? Sergeant, do you want to have me killed? Sergeant, why do you say that? Man, never mind, I am going. I would not be in your shoes if his reward was 10 times as much. Goes off stage to the left. No, not if it was 10 times as much. Sergeant, rushing after him, come back here, come back, drags him back. What sort is he? Where did you see him? Man, I saw him in my own place, Asan-Nagar. I say you would not like to be looking at him. You had be afraid to be in the same place with him. There is not a weapon he does not know the use of, and as too strange, his muscles are as hard as that boat's step barrel. Sergeant, is he as bad as that? Man, he is. Sergeant, do you tell me so? Man, there was a poor man in our place, a sergeant from Krishnanagar. It was with a lump of stone he did it. Sergeant, I never heard of that man, and you would not. Sergeant, it is not everything that happens gets into the papers, and there was a policeman in plain clothes too. It was in Jhautala. It was after the time of the attack on the police barrack at Majdia in the moonlight. Just like this waterside, nothing was shown for certain. Sergeant, do you say so? It's a tribal country too. Man, that's so indeed. You might be standing there looking out that way, thinking you saw him coming up this other side, points, and he had been on you before you knew where you were. Sergeant, it's a whole troop of police they ought to put here to stop a man like that. Man, but if you had liked me to stop with you, I could not be looking down. I could not be sitting up here on this barrel. Sergeant, and you know him well too. Man, I had known him a mile of Sergeant, but you do not want to share the reward. Man, is it a poor man like man that has to traveling the roads and singing in fairs to have the blame on him that he look a reward, but you don't want me. I apostrophe double L be safer in the town. Sergeant, well, you can stop. Man, getting up on barrel. All right, Sergeant. I wonder now you are not right out. Sergeant, walking up and down the way you are. Sergeant, if I am tired, I am used to it. Man, you might have hard work before you tonight yet. Take it easy while you can. There's plenty of room up here on the barrel, and you see further when you are higher up. Man, maybe so. Gets up beside him on barrel. Facing right, they sit back to back looking different ways. You made me feel a bit queer with the way you talk. Man, give me a match. Sergeant, he gives it. The man lights pay. Take a drag yourself. Eat apostrophe double L quite you wait now till I give you a light. But you need not. Turn round, don't take your eyes off the quay for life of you. Sergeant, never fear, I would not. Lights peep, they both smoke. Indeed, it's a night. It's a hard thing to be in the force out at night, and no thanks for it. For all the danger we were in, we apostrophes are in, and it's little we get but abuse from the people and no choice but to obey our orders and never asked. When a man is sent into danger, if you are married man with a family, man sings plays ek taraf. I travelled across the country once, my eyes were shouted by the beauty of the land, but the Asura has snatched you. Bharatmata, she has dried the soul to make it sand. Sergeant, stop, that's no song to be singing in this time. Man, Sergeant, I was only singing to keep my heart up. It sings when I think of him. To think of us two sitting here and he creeping up the ferry platform maybe to get to us. Sergeant, are you keeping a good lookout? Man, I am, and for no regard to AIN apostrophe T. I the foolish man, but when I see a man in trouble I never can help trying to get him out of it. What's that? Did something hit me? Rubs his heart. Sergeant, patting him on the shoulders, you will get your reward in heaven. Man, I know that, Sergeant, but life is precious. Sergeant, well, you can sing if it gives you more courage. Man sings with Ektara. I get up on my feet, song, and start my journey. I must breast the bondage on or must die. The poor who spend time in needless Bharatmata would not pardon them for their lie. Sergeant, that's not it. The son of Bharatmata. It is not time to lie. That's it. You missed that. Man, you are right, Sergeant. So it is. I missed it. Repeats line. But to think of a man like you knowing a song like that. Sergeant, there's many a thing a man might not have any wish for. Man, now I dare say, Sergeant, in your youth, you used to be sitting up on a wall the way you are sitting on this barrel, and now and the other lads beside you, and you are singing Bharat Mata. Sergeant, I did then, man, and the Shahid Khudiram. Sergeant, I did then, man, and the green on the cap. Sergeant, that was one of them, man, and maybe the man you are watching for tonight using to be sitting on the wall when he was young and singing those same songs. It's a queer world. Sergeant, whoosh, I think I see something coming. Oh, it's only a dog. Man, and is not it a queer world? Maybe it's one of the boys you used to be singing with that time you will be arresting today or tomorrow and sending into the dock. Sergeant, that's true indeed. Man, and maybe one night after you had been singing, if the other boys had told you some plan they had, some plan to free the country, you might have joined them, and maybe it is you might be in trouble now. Sergeant, well, who knows, but I might. I had a great spirit those days. Man, it's a queer world, Sergeant, and it's little and mother and little any mother knows when she sees her child crawling on the floor what might happen to it before it has gone through its life, or who will be who is in the end. Sergeant, that's quite through thought now, and a true thought. Wait, now till I think it out. If it was not for the sins I have, and for my life and family, and for me joining the force the time I did, it might be myself now breaking goal and hiding in the dark, and it might be him sitting up here where I am on this barrel, and it might be myself would be creeping up trying to make my escape from himself, and it might be himself would be and myself would be trying to put would be keeping the law, and myself would be breaking it, and myself would be trying to put a bullet in his head, or to take up a lump of stone the way you said he did know that myself did. Oh, gaps after a pause. What's that? Gaps man arm. Man jumps off barrel and listens, looking out over water. It's nothing, Sergeant. Sergeant, I thought it might be a boat. I had a notion there might be friends of his coming about the ferry platform with a boat. Sergeant, man, Sergeant, I am thinking it was with the people you were, and not with the law you were when you were a young man. Sergeant, well, if I was foolish then, that time's gone. Man, maybe, Sergeant, it comes into your head sometimes in spite of your belt and your tunic that it might have been as well for you to have followed Bharat Mata. Sergeant, it's no business of yours what I think. Man, maybe, Sergeant, you will be on the side of the country yet. Sergeant gets off barrel. Don't talk to me like that. I have my duties and I know them. Looks round. That is a boat. I hear the oars. Goes to the steps and looks down. Goes to the steps and looks down. Man sings. Oh, then tell me, Badal Khapa, where the gathering is to be? In the old spot by the river, right well known to you and me. Sergeant, stop that, I tell you. Man sings louder. One word more for single token. Whistle up the marching tune with your pike upon your shoulder. At the rising of the moon, Sergeant, if you don't stop that, I apostrophe double L arrest you. A whistle from below answers, repeating air. Sergeant, that's a single stands between him and the steps. You might not pass this way. Steps further back. Who are you? You are no ball singer. Man, you need not ask who I am. That placard will tell you. Points to placard. Sergeant, You are the man I am looking for. Man takes off pagri and jobba. Sergeant sizes them. I am. There's 10,000 rupees on my head. There is a friend of mine below in a boat. He knows a safe place to take me to. Sergeant, still looking at Pagri and Joba. It's a pity. It's a pity. You deceived me. You deceived me well. Man, I am a son of Bharat Mata. There is 10,000 rupees on my head. Sergeant, it's a pity. It's a pity, man. Will you let me pass or must I make you let me? Sergeant, I am in the force. I will not let you pass. Man, I thought to do it with my tongue. Puts hand in breast. What is that? Voice of police. Man X outside here. This is where we left. Sergeant, it's my commerce coming. Man, you would not betray me. The son of Bharat Mata sleeps behind barrels. Voice of policeman B. That was the last of the placards. Policeman X. If he makes his escape, it would not be as unknown. He will never make it. As they come in, Sergeant puts Pagri and Jobba behind his back. Policeman B. Did anyone come this way? Sergeant. After a pause, no one. Policeman B. No one at all. Sergeant. No one at all. Policeman B. We had no order to go back to the station. We can stop alone with you. Sergeant, I don't want you. There is nothing for you to do here. Policeman B. You bet us come back here and keep watch with you. Sergeant, I had sooner be alone. Would any man come this way and you making all that noise? It is better for the place to be quiet. Policeman me, we will leave you the lantern anyhow. Hands it to him. Sergeant, I don't want it. Take it with you. Policeman B, you might want it. There are clouds coming up and you have the darkness of the night before you yet. I shall leave it over here on the barrel. Goes to barrel. Sergeant, I take with you. I tell you. No more talk. Policeman B. Well, I thought it might be a comfort to you. Flashes it about. Now on the barrel. Now on. Sergeant. Sergeant. Furious. Be off. The two of you. Yourselves and your lantern. They go out. Man comes from behind barrel. He and Sergeant stand looking at one another. Sergeant, what are you waiting for? Man, for my pagri, of course, and my jobba. You would not wish me to get the death of cold. Sergeant gives them. Man, going towards step. Well, good night, comrade, and thank you. You did me a good turn through, and I am obliged to you. Maybe I shall be able to do as much for you when the small rise up and the big fall down, when we all change places at the rising waves. His hand and disappears of the moon. Jai Hind. Sergeant turning his back to audition and reading placard. 10,000 rupees reward. 10,000 rupees. 10 turns towards audience. I wonder now, am I as great a fool as I think I am? তো এই গেল প্রজেক্টের টপিকটা।